in English and Romanian. So if you think you need the translation, so please aim for our guy, Mihai. Mihai, can you please raise your hand up? He's right there, and you can reach up the headphones. If you're all ready, can we please freshen up this morning with a big round of applause to just feel your energy that we've came today here? Thank you. My name is Sandu Skobiola, and I have the honor of being your host today. The project we are celebrating today is the living proof that young people can become agents of change when they receive the right support. We are grateful to all the institutions, teachers, and students involved, as well as to our trusted partners for their valuable contributions. And today we are joined by representatives from 4 countries, from Moldova, Georgia, Ukraine, and Germany. As you all know, this event takes place within the framework of the program Fostering Youth Social Entrepreneurship and Practical Career Management Skills in Ukraine, Moldova, Georgia, and Armenia through the innovative social student companies founded by the European Union. So now, please, big thanks and applauses for our project partners, Child Fund from Germany, Ecovisio from Moldova, School of Me from Ukraine, Vesta from Moldova, EDEC from Georgia, and Code from Armenia. Thank you. The event aims to promote school-based social entrepreneurship, facilitate the exchange of best practices, and foster international partnership between schools, NGOs, and social initiatives. Today we have a big day. We have on agenda thematic panels featuring international experts and engaged teachers, also inspiring students, stories about personal success and the social project, lively fair of school-based social enterprises where you can meet young entrepreneurs, and motivational talks and country-based group discussions about lessons learned and next steps. Also, if you need more details about today's agenda, you can find it here on my left near the stage. So, now we would like to give a warm welcome to our organizational partners, teachers, and project supporters. To begin our event, I would like to invite here Mr. Vladimir Tarnovsky, Executive Director of Ecovisio, to share a few opening remarks and official welcome us all. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you. Hello. Hi, everyone. Yes, my name is Vladimir Tarnovsky, and yeah, executive director, but actually, not me was implementing this project, and I would really like to invite here on stage our project coordinator, Daniela Gursky, but she's afraid of public speaking, so I'm here, and I will have a short speech to you. Yeah, again, I'm the person who helped our project, who helped our coordinators, assistants, and so on. But real heroes are you, people who made me, who made others, including our state bodies, to believe that this is possible. It's possible to transform educational system of Moldova, of Armenia, Georgia, Ukraine. And yeah, I would like to give some credits to the team because somehow happened that none of them are participating in these panel discussions, only, moderating them. So I would like to make a big thank you, tell a big thank you to my team, to people who worked in this project in Moldova. So our project coordinator, Daniela Gursky, our project assistants, Madalina Tsurcanu and Nadezhda Manastyrli, our communication manager, Marina Chibanu, our financial manager, Lucia Ioncu, and other people who were involved. And for sure, for our project partners abroad, but also here in Moldova, for me it was a big, pleasant surprise to see the openness of local partners who were not initially involved in this project planning or implementation. So I'd like to make a big thank you to CHEDA, to our Gagauzian partners, to our teachers and principals and representatives of the Ministry of Education, but also entrepreneurs and companies who worked with the students. All of them made me a believer that it is possible to create a meaningful cooperation between civil society, between private sector, governmental bodies and educational system, and create something together. we will not pretend that it was easy, that we had no challenges and problems. Yes, we had. I think my team had some additional white hairs in their heads after this project. But for me, the main indicator if the project is successful or not is the question, do we want to continue or not? Do we want to have a second phase or not? And yes, we want. We want to continue with all the results that were achieved because we met so many beautiful people, so many beautiful companies, and yeah, just made some great results that will be presented sooner, as I understand. And yeah, I would like just to say that yeah, can you imagine that at least one of the schools from Moldova already exported their products in Europe? For me, it's a mind-blowing thing, and yeah, this reminds me, actually, and this maybe will be a close of my speech, reminds me of one song of Imagine Dragons band. It's called Believer, and they say, don't you tell me what to think where I could be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. So you are not the one, you're not alone, but do not tell anyone to tell you what you can be. You can be wherever you want, and you just demonstrated it through this project, through its results, and I would like us all together to make more people believers in a bright future and great impacts that are possible in educational systems and not only in Moldova. So thank you and have a great conference, and let's catch up together afterwards.
Thank you, Vladimir. Such a beautiful and powerful energy from Vladimir. Give him a big round of applause. We'll be seeing more of Vladimir here today, and not only in just these pictures from the screen we have here. He will be the moderator of some panels forward the day. Thank you very much. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to invite here Ms. Kirsten Sidney Page, representative of Child Fund, the main donor of the project, to share with us the vision, objectives, and impact of the international initiative. Good morning.
Thank you. I believe I will have oh my God, my big presentation. I am doing the scary bit now, talking in front of all of you. So, I need a deep breath. Hi, everybody. It's amazing to be here. For me, this is really the highlight of a project, is when I see the people on the ground actually implementing, because we at Child Fund Deutschland, we applied to the project with you guys. We received the money. We do a lot of the administrative things in the background, the reporting. I annoy all of the project coordinators to send me the information, which I'm sorry. But for me, it's also seeing the vision, seeing the concept that my organization has strived for a long, long time, and seeing it now implemented across the region and not just in Ukraine. So I'm really happy to introduce you to the project concept, which is the theoretical part behind it, which is fostering youth social entrepreneurship and practical career management skills through the innovative social student companies approach. We can go to the next slide. So what the goal is for us to transform students, so all of you from passive learners to active change makers. So we already heard the slogans, youth as agent of change, which is incredibly important. So what we want is we want to equip students with the skills and tools and to provide the necessary resources to have a mindset development. So we want you guys to think as entrepreneurs. We want to have you thinking as change makers, which is incredibly important because you are our future, and already now you have impact, all of you. You can make changes by talking to your friends at the table, talking to your parents, your neighbors, but also becoming active yourselves. What we then want to do is have a learning by doing approach. So basically, this is what we're doing in this project. We're establishing social student companies. We're giving you the money and the tools for your teachers, your schools, and the partners on the ground to actually implement the ideas that you have, to experience on the real market what it is to be an entrepreneur, and then to think creative. This is really important for me. Don't stay small. Think big. You're in school. You have the ability to just try something. you're allowed to fail, you're allowed to succeed. This is really important later in life, where there are other issues that you have to think about. So now, be brave and do the change. And then we come to the last beautiful plant, you become active change makers. And again, you as agent of changes then touch your community, you touch your friends, and you can have an impact. Next slide. So the idea or the impact we want to have is empowering youth and the wider social entrepreneurship education system. So we will get to this later. The wider ecosystem of social entrepreneurship is larger, but what we have, we are touching in this project 4,000 youth. We established 24 social student companies, and we have social student companies in different schools across Ukraine, Moldova, Armenia, and Georgia. Think about this. We're in 4 countries right now. We have people from 4 countries in this room, which is amazing. How often do you have that? I already heard from colleagues that for some people this was the first flight. Who took the first time a plane today or in their life for this trip? We have a few over there. For whom is it the first time in Moldova? For me, it's the second time, but I'm going to raise my hand. Amazing. For whom is it the first time talking to somebody from one of these other countries? Yeah, okay, we've got a very connected crowd here. That is amazing. But yeah, how often does it happen that we're all in one room together thinking the same thing and achieving the same goal? This is crazy. This is really, really cool. So smiles on the face, guys. I'm here to introduce the concept. So here. Nodding, a lot of nodding. Cool, okay. Tough crowd. So what we want is, we have these 4 pillars. So we are launching the social student companies. We are giving digital and green skills. We're developing career management skills, and we're turning schools into local innovation hubs. And these are the 4 pillars that we're really striving for in this project, and we want to implement, and we're doing so right now. Next slide. Through the method of the social student company concept. So this is a bit now theoretical and maybe more for the actors on the ground. But what is really important is this. What we have here is a child and youth-centered approach. So this is really important that in concepts, we think the youth in the center. Everything that we do around that is an onion layer. So we're not thinking for the teachers, we're not thinking for the ministries, we're thinking for the people that we actually want to achieve. So we have young peoples realizing and operating the companies on the ground. Then the next layer around it is schools as hubs, partners, which is then my implementing partners I have here on the ground, and the experts. And then around this, we have this wider ecosystem. And what we see is we have different activities on each layer, and they can interact with each other. And it's important for us in the future, as we already heard, we want to have a second phase. It's important to see where these weaknesses are and then to attack these layers individually. So what we have young people and teachers that become or strengthen their sense of responsibility. We strengthen the economic and problem-solving skills. We have different competencies in IT management, green skills, and we are also pushing young people in rural and small town areas to become active and enhance their capabilities. Next slide. We have 3 phases in this project, and then I'm nearly at the end of my speech, so no worries. So phase 1 is really the development of skills and the capacity development. So we had focus group meetings, trainer of trainers, but also the development of online learning materials, which is incredibly important. We are here with the wider ecosystem now. The second phase is the actual implementation that we have right now. So we have the school workshops, the social student companies that were launched, and also the internships. Again, the internships, super important. This is not just for students experiencing the workforce, but it's also for the workforce to understand what the next generation is bringing with them. It's the chance for the workforce to influence the students that will become their next hire. I cannot emphasize this enough. The workforce must understand their responsibility to assist students to become the next generation. So it's not just the schools, it's not just the Ministry of Education, it's also the Ministry of Economics, it's also the workforce, it's the public and private sector that need to work together on this issue. And then the third phase is awareness raising, networking, and the curriculum integration. So welcome to phase 3 of the project. And this is incredibly important for sustainability, for anchoring this approach so that we can follow it again and again and making it easier for everybody who wants to work within the social student company concept to implement it with their 5, 8, 10 students. It just takes one teacher to have these students on board and have them learn. So, last slide. Basically what I want to say is, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot for implementing this project, for being part of the 40,000 youth and the 24 social student companies. You're doing an amazing work, and for me, it shows that this works. We at Child Fund Deutschland are now importing this concept that it started in Ukraine. It's now in 3 additional countries, and we're now taking it to Africa and Asia. So what you guys are experiencing gives us the motivation to take it to other youth across the globe and have them also become change makers and agents of changes. So really, thanks to you, applaud for yourself, and have a lot of fun today.
Thank you very much for this valuable presentation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue with a panel dedicated to the educational institutions that turn their ideas into action. So we'll hear success stories of student-led social companies, the challenges they encountered, and the strategies they use to ensure sustainability. Please welcome with a round of applause our panel moderator, Vladimir, who will guide us through these engaging sessions. And also, I would like to invite here the participants. Karo Gevorgyan, Natia Namitsashvili, Ksenia Kosuka, Liliana Ciobanu, Violeta Guculak, Juliana Tyrnovan, and Elena Momat.
Okay. Before we start, I will just say that, as I understood, some panelists will speak, I will speak English, some panelists will speak also English, some of them will speak Romanian, so if you do not really understand Romanian, you still have a chance to take translation, yeah, headphones for the translation. But we will begin. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to moderate this panel. And okay, we have one more speaker, Violeta Guculak. Are you here? I think she's coming. Yes? Okay. Please take a seat. Then, okay. Yes, we will have 1 hour to. I will sit here. We'll have 1 hour to discuss about your experience about social student companies from the perspective of civil society, of NGOs that co-developed with social student companies, from the perspectives of the teachers. And yeah, I think we maybe know each other, but not everyone from the audience knows us. So we will start with a round of introduction, then I will have some. Yes, thank you. Some questions, but yeah, I would like you, everyone from this panel discussion, to think maybe about the most inspiring things, the most unusual things. Let's not be boring. Let's not discuss obvious things. Let's discuss something very unusual and maybe unique for our country. Why not? Yeah, we will have a round of introduction. After that, we will have a round of discussion about the results, some insights achieved, and then I will have some questions for panelists. I will ask you to keep it short, 2-3 minutes for the answer, because we're a lot of us and we need to keep the limit of time of 60 minutes. Yes. But long story short, we will start with a presentation. I will ask everyone just to introduce themselves, to say name, position, and maybe the role in the project. And yeah, let's start.
Bună ziua tuturor! Sunt foarte bucuroasă că sunt aici în cadrul acestui eveniment care este de o vastă amploare și cu o semnificație foarte mare pentru noi. Sunt Violeta Guțuleac și reprezint Centrul de Excelență în Horticultură și Tehnologie Agricole din Țaul, o instituție care se află destul departe de centrul Republicii Moldova, așa să zic. Și asta a fost una din provocările cele mai mari care, ca să aplicăm la acest proiect, să contribuim și noi la acele schimbări din societate de care societatea într-adevăr are nevoie. Sunt profesoară de discipline economice, primordial de antreprenoriat și contabilitate. Permanent am fost cea care am aplicat la toate proiectele posibile pentru a motiva tinerii din localitățile rurale, pentru că informația are un traseu mai dificil pentru ei, accesul la diferite activități este într-adevăr, aș zice, restricționat, poate că nu, dar cu dificultăți, pentru că într-adevăr această distanță este vizibilă și nu întotdeauna instituția are posibilități ca să finanțeze aceste cheltuieli. De aceea, când am fost selectată, în primul rând, eu personal, ca participant în cadrul acestui proiect, pentru că am știut întotdeauna ce este antreprenoriat, dar pentru mine antreprenoriatul social era ceva care încurcam cu voluntariatul de multe ori și mă gândeam cum poți face antreprenoriat social, asta lucrezi pentru cineva, dar nu pentru tine. Și datorită proiectului, adică acestei formări, am făcut această diferență și pe viitor am dezvoltat această idee și această mentalitate și elevilor din instituția noastră, ca după care să scriem acel mic proiect cu o finanțare poate nu atât de mare, dar respectiv cu impact destul de mare. Ne bucurăm foarte mult că am fost selectați și că suntem azi aici cu acele produse și cu acele rezultate pe care le avem. Nu facem minuni, înlocuim niște pungi din polietilen cu pungi din hârtie, dar în același timp punga este una mai specifică, mai emoționată, pentru că pe ea este personalizat ceea ce dorește clientul și odată ce este mai aproape de inimă, de suflet, respectiv cred că și mai mult o păstrează și o menține, o utilizează pe parcursul zilei sau în general, poate a vieții. Mersi.
Thank you. Yeah, I will just remind you, if you do not understand Romanian, as you understood, we will have some speakers in Romanian, so you have like headphones for translation. You just can stand up and take them. But we will continue with the next speaker.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Karo Gevorkyan. I'm representing Armenia. Our organization is called CODE Social Entrepreneurship Hub, and CODE is meaning community development through social entrepreneurship. And I'm very happy here, and the most important thing that I would like to say at first is not only in Armenia ministry believed us, it's also started new initiative with us, because they believe that social student companies are more for students, not only the project that we implemented in Armenia. In other questions I will ask during the discussions. Thank you.
Thank you. Could you? Yes.
Vă salutăm pe toți. Suntem de la Școala Profesională din Cupcini și iarăși nordul Moldovei. Da, la început ne-a fost greu, chiar foarte greu, pentru că, cum a menționat și doamna Violeta, iarăși ne gândeam cum așa, cum antreprenoriat social, de unde antreprenoriat social, mai ales elevii. Dar le-am reușit pe toate. Deci noi la moment ne ocupăm cu foto, xerox și laminarea documentelor. Și această nevoie a apărut în urma faptului pentru că elevii vin să depuie actele la noi la instituție, chiar la admitere, și nu aveau poze 3x4. Nu dispuneam de un aparat unde putem să le facem un xerox. Și elementar, chiar nici în orașul Cupcini nu era acest serviciu. Și deci, împreună cu elevii de la meseria operator la suportul tehnic al calculatoarelor, am decis să aplicăm la acest proiect. Acum suntem mai încrezuți în forțele proprii pentru că am avut mentori care ne-au susținut, ne-au organizat bine toate ideile, am valorificat toți pilonii care sunt la baza afacerii sociale și mergem înainte. Atât nouă cât și colegilor le urăm succes în continuare. Mulțumesc!
Thank you.
Bună ziua! Eu vin cu un salut călduros de la Căușeni. Mă numesc Ciobanu Liliana. Pentru prima dată când m-am implicat în acest proiect, vreau să spun că eram profesoară de bazele antreprenoriatului, pentru că tot ce ține de Ecoviziu și de acest proiect vine că am aplicat la niște cursuri pentru dezvoltarea mea personală. La moment, atunci așa mă gândeam. O să fie niște cursuri pentru dezvoltarea mea personală și nu numai, pentru că evident că dacă ești profesor de bazele antreprenoriatului, atunci tot ce ține de domeniul acesta te interesează. Ca mai apoi să fiu acceptată sau să fiu înscrisă la acele cursuri și iată așa, de la cursuri, partenerii sau cei care au formatorii ne-au relatat conceptul, care sunt planurile lor, ce vor să facă și evident că am fost foarte entuziasmată, am aplicat când ni s-a cerut lucrul acesta, evident că am fost destul de bucuroasă când am fost aleși ca să dezvoltăm acest concept în instituție. Vreau să zic că o să aveți un partener, pentru că dacă în primăvara aceea, când pentru prima dată am aplicat, eram doar cadru didactic. Recent, în vara aceasta, am trecut și concursul și la moment sunt și directoarea instituției. De aceea, pe viitor, conceptul acesta o să încercăm să-l promovăm nu doar pentru tâmplari, pentru că astăzi suntem, conceptul de antreprenoriat social l-am promovat. De fapt, l-am promovat în toată instituția, dar ne-am axat doar pe un domeniu. Pentru că școala noastră, când o să aveți posibilitate și o să intrați prin Căușeni, vă invit cu mare drag. Avem mai multe domenii de formare, avem și construcție, și inginerie, și electricitate, și bucătar, și industrie ușoară. Dar conceptul, sau astăzi cu ce suntem cu întreprindere socială studențească Tinerii Creatori, și produsele lor sunt din lemn. Am promovat lemnul, care toți îi știm avantajele și care le are acest material. De aceea vă mulțumesc și pe parcurs evident că mai intervin.
Sigur, mersi.
Hello, I'm Natia. I'm represent Economic Development and Empowerment Center, EDEC. It's a partner of organization of this project. I'm happy to be here and would like to share Georgian experience with you. Then I will talk about our success stories and our goals, what we reach in this project. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Ksenia Kosuha from School of Minded Entrepreneurship from Kiev, Ukraine. I'm very glad that we are here, despite all circumstances, despite 16 hours in the bus. But thank you for the great hotel. I should mention it. They're super comfortable accommodation. So we are glad to be here with all the members of our team. In this project, I'm responsible for the internship, and of course, in my organization, I'm responsible for more fields, especially for partnership, for fundraising, and I'm coordinating a few other projects. So I'm super glad that our partners from Deutschland inspired with our project with our results, with our success stories, and make this project wider and make this project with more countries, and now multiplicate this project for Asia and Africa. It's very inspiring. And I hope that we will be a part of this project too, because we have super many success stories, super many inspired children who can be supportive in those projects also. So, but now I'm just glad to be here to share our experience and to be with such nice colleagues who also inspired with their stories. Especially, I know story of Georgia, and I know a few stories from Armenia, and I'm proud to be part of this panel. And we also have something to share, and maybe I will tell few words about the future. Why do we need this social school entrepreneurship? Few very simple examples. One girl, she was involved in social school entrepreneurship in Kiev with our charming Natalia. She was a trainer, coordinator of social school entrepreneurship in Kiev. And this girl, she's finished her school and she left from Ukraine. She is now studying abroad. So the representative of university where is studying this girl told Miss Natalia that she is proud of this girl because of her skills and knowledge, how she can manage, how she can operate, how she can create her own project and manage them. So why do we need social school entrepreneurship? For such kind of success stories. That's just life of our children, and we can make this life better, much better. Just ask them and you will see this. So that's all I want to tell now, and more I will tell later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Deci, vă salut, sunt Elena Momat, sunt conducătorul echipei noastre și echipa noastră reprezintă Unitatea Autonom-Teritorială Găgăuzia. Suntem o echipă cea mai tânără care aici este prezentată, pentru că deja simțim că sunt aici echipele cu experiență destul de bogată. Noi suntem încă la momentul de început, facem primul pas în domeniul acesta. Vreau să spun că noi reprezentăm o localitate rurală, suntem satul Cazaclia și proiectul acesta ne propune și propune tinerilor noștri posibilitatea a îmbunătăți calitatea vieții în satele. Deci ceea ce este foarte important, cred că și pentru timpul nostru, pentru că știți că globalizarea este acum pe prim plan și oamenii fug din sate. Dar noi demonstrăm prin exemplul nostru că putem lucra, putem câștiga, putem schimba viața în sat. Mulțumesc, zic, partenerilor și să trăiască partenerii și Ecovizio. Suntem tare bucuroși că participăm și avem deja mici succese. O zi bună!
Okay. I don't know how many of you know about that, but initially this conference was planned to be held in Ukraine. Yeah, we were very hopeful and full of hope that this full-scale invasion will be ended by this moment. But yeah, we need to accept the reality, and we need to continue to believe and hope that everything will be fine and Ukraine will win. But despite all this situation and the challenges produced by the work is going on, and Ukraine is fighting and is working and is developing a lot of social projects. And yeah, and maybe you know already that Ukraine is a step forward of comparing to other countries and other project partners. They had the first phase and now they implemented the second phase of the project. So I would like to start with that, with this story, with this journey of Ukraine, to see what is the perspective. And what is your retrospective right now on all this journey? How was it? Yeah, how was your journey in this development process? And yeah, how do you appreciate it? Check the mic. Just check.
Yeah, it works. I would say that the most important part of our project is always be in keeping in touch with our children. We always remember that we are doing this project not because we want to do it. We want to change something, and what we can change it's our future, and how we can change our future with influencers on our future, and that's our children. So we have no chance to stop the project because it was very popular from the very beginning. It was very popular because we have a lot of schools, lyceums who was pretending to be involved in this project. And we also have high numbers of competition on the each phase of this project. So we understand that when we start, we need to continue because people want to take part in this project. They always ask us, when do you continue? When do you plan in the second phase? When we can join? What are your plans? So when we finish the first phase, we have so many questions and so many future trainers, teachers who want to be involved in these projects. So we do not think much. And we started this project because we have this interest from the children and from teachers. We have, I would say that we have a great representative of social school entrepreneurship, which can show the story how this school social entrepreneurship was developed in Ukraine. For example, from the first phase, we have schools which were involved, and they created their school social entrepreneurship. We gave some money for them after they present their ideas, we gave some money as it was in each school here. So they have some support with instructions how this school social entrepreneurship should be managed, how it be better to use your money, to give some profit, to take some instructions from mentors, from experts, etc., etc. So it was like a standard model how to develop social school entrepreneurship on the first phase. And few inspired teachers and become trainers and then curators of this school social entrepreneurship, and motivate their children with the trainings, and these children try to create some school social entrepreneurship, and did it. For example, I want to show one, as for me, very interesting case, which will show this story of success. On the first phase was created school social entrepreneurship, and children was thinking what they can do in this school social entrepreneurship, and they try to create some ideas, and at first they try to create shoppers, yes, and a few more few kind of shoppers. Then they test these shoppers, then they decided which kind of shoppers it's better, and then they try to sell them. And now they are not just trying to figure out what kind of shoppers is better. They selling these shoppers to neighbors, to teachers, to relatives, to parents who attended this school. It was from the very beginning on the first phase. Then was started the second phase, and the children from the first phase, they grow up and they finish the school, but they do not give up. They gave all the information, all the institutional memory to the second generation, and it was like a mix in the team where one generation of those children who has already experienced They share this experience with the second youngest generation of the children, and they try to find out what is interesting for them to create during these sessions of social school entrepreneurship in school. And now they are preparing very beautiful roses from the soap. So I'm trying to describe you all the process because you need to understand what issues do we have on this way. So the first one, when you are starting this school social entrepreneurship in school, you need to have a responsible curator who will be inspirer, who will be administrator on the first time. And then you need to have this team of the children who will be responsible for all the process, because only one person cannot manage all the roles. So Natalia was sharing the responsibility with children, with parents, with those who was interested to share these roles in the team, in the children's participation of this school social entrepreneurship. On the next level, we have issues when children need to finish school and they quit just from this school social entrepreneurship, and they need to give this information, instructions and this institutional memory for the next generation of the children, and that's an issue. How can you find those who will continue this school social entrepreneurship? But the answer is you don't need to continue. You can create yourself something that is interesting for your team. And that's a great example, because children, it's not necessary to continue what children have done in the previous team. You can change, or you can combine, you can put something else and make shoppers and soap flowers and etc., etc. So it was an issue, but they find this answer to this question. And the third question is how to do it in Ukraine when you have bomb attacks and rockets, and you have sometimes you have no electricity, no heating or something. The answer also is very simple. Children super involved. They feel that they are interested in this, that they understand what they will have on the next level after they will have this experience of school social entrepreneurship. That's why we don't need to motivate them, they motivate us. We ask children, please come to session of our young social entrepreneurship, to our training for trainers, and describe please your experience, so they would motivate with your success stories. So our recipe is very simple. When you start doing something, in our case it's school social entrepreneurship, and people, children and their trainers, their parents need this, you just need to stop. You don't need to stop, you just need to continue. And then we don't make decisions after children. We gave them chance to decide in which direction they want to develop, I would say so. And then we just provide them some support. Of course, that's not easy, but you will hear our children, yes, and you will understand that it is true, how it works, yes, and you can do it. Even if we can do it in Ukraine and we continue, and our children still doing it, and they are inspiring the next generations of the children. So please don't stop, continue doing it in your countries, and we will support.
Thank you.
Share our experience.
Thank you, Ksenia. Yeah, just to summarize, so in Ukraine there was a first stage of a project, but the interest and motivation was so high that the second phase was created, second opportunity was created, and new companies appeared, and some highlights that you can not only stick to initial plan, but also adapt your plan based on the interests of the children. You need to keep this institutional memory. You need to have trust in students. Yeah, it's not correct to say children. We are not children anymore, like youngsters at least. Yeah, and the most important thing is to be persistent, to make it day by day, to repeat the same actions, and wait for the results because they will come. Thank you, Ksenia. I would like to ask our Georgian partners, about their experience and maybe some expectations. What did you expect in the beginning of the project, and what is the final result, and how do you evaluate it?
Okay, thanks. I will use my notes.
Sure.
Currently, general education in Georgian schools only offers entrepreneurship as an elective subject. And students in grade 10, 11, and 12 grades elective only entrepreneurship as a subject. It was our first experience started in this project. We introduced social entrepreneurship education in Georgian schools. We developed model and started work with 6 partner schools in Georgia. Most interesting factors was practical-based learning, specially developed learning materials, students-oriented approach, community involvement and support focused on positive social changes. Also, this contributes a success implementation of the model. We help students to turn their idea into real project, such as the production of eco-friendly soaps and candles, and education gardens for ADR roses. Those roses are resistant to weather and need less pesticide. Saving company that provide eco-friendly products, Paper Lab, which produced product from the recycled paper, and also important for this project and for us was that Georgian experts created adapted to the local context training program, learning resource, methodological guide based on German and Ukrainian experience. We identified students' interests and ideas and created a motivating learning environment. That's why this model was and is very interesting and very
impactful.
Important, yes.
Thank you. Yeah, a round of applause. You know, for me, the difference, okay, not only for me, but it's one of official definitions that the difference between classical entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship is that social entrepreneurship is resolving a real problem. Yeah, it's not imaginary problem that you have a laptop, let's make a laptop 20% faster. It's not a problem, it's maybe you want to have it, but it's not your problem that you have just a cool laptop, you do not need like another one. But social entrepreneurship is resolving real problems that exist right now, but also here with very nice examples of ecological, sustainable examples of entrepreneurship that resolve problems of the future also, or prevent these problems from appearing or reduce the impact of these problems. That is very nice, and yeah, I would like to hear about Armenian experience. What was your plan, initial plan, and you know, plan versus reality? Could you tell us about it?
Yeah, I would like to say that for us, this wasn't like a project, this was like way of living, and as a real change makers, me and our implementing team started, as all project countries started from the research, and research was fundamental to find the ways to leverage this idea to Armenia, to Armenian context. And one of the ways that we understand, and thank you Georgia, thank you Ukraine, because as a post-Soviet country we also noticed that in high schools we have entrepreneurship subject, but we have some few words on social entrepreneurship. And the idea was to understand what would be the best way to leverage this SSC concept. And the answer was extracurricular activities, after-school activities. And for this, the Ministry of Education asked us to provide very detailed educational material with a lot of extra things to provide to the ministry, and then they will somehow start a discussion on this, and if this match with educational standards, then they will say that, okay, this is approved, and any school in Armenia can download this from the ministry repository and do this kind of classes. And last year, in June, finally, we have good news from the ministry that the project, that the educational program approved by them, and then they sent email to all schools in Armenia saying that this is new educational program and you can download and use it in your schools at extracurricular after-school activities if you have kids, children, young people who are interested with this. And we noticed that if the principals have no any idea what is social entrepreneurship, so this is like the half of the job, and we started to involve them in focus groups, discussions, planning sessions, and like doing small TOTs or somehow any awareness raising campaigns and somehow passing the idea to them, hopefully that they will take this. Because in Armenia, if the principal said that it's not important, this is not important, so nobody can continue this. And we started from here, and then we noticed that 200 times the all educational materials was downloaded from the repository. And 10 schools without any funding started this education from September to May. And some of them, I would like to say, are here, and today they have their own project. For me, this is a very beautiful model because in other 6 schools, we know that there are some fundings, 1,000 euros, and this is another motivation to do this. But the other schools who has no any funding promises, but they are doing this SSC concept, this means that they already believed in this idea. And the best thing is that they already find another funding, not from our project, but from other businesses, from other NGOs, from the local organizations. And this means that somehow we started to change this. And another important thing is, in ministry level, that youth policy already has another topic which called social entrepreneurship as an activation mechanism. And they really believed and asked us several times to help them to organize this kind of activities for young people. So we can't say that this is the same, but the thing is that the policy is for the youth people, and they are asking our expertise, our SSC concept to leverage to other young people as they will start their own path as a social entrepreneurs. So I can say that our success model is this, that the ministry understands and started to add this topic to the policy level, and plus there are some champions, some ambassadors who will continue this. These 6 schools, 10 schools who already started, they are ambassadors, and I think they will continue after the project their good job and show other schools that this is really very nice idea, let's try it.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Indeed, yeah, we did not discuss, and thank you for bringing this issue that we are working with a system, and system is created by the state, yeah, and the ministry and state bodies, and it's important to have a great cooperation and somehow, involve everyone in this process so it to be sustainable after the end of the project. In Moldova, we planned initially to create a kind of draft of a curricula, but due to the excellent involvement of our team, of experts of the ministry, will not only just have a draft of a curricula, we have it kind of approved for testing, and from the September we're looking for funds to start implementing this curriculum and testing it so it would become official curriculum on social and student companies in Moldova and can be deployed in all the vocational schools from the country. I will discuss with our teachers a bit, but for you to be a bit prepared, I will ask you to think about the key elements of your success. Maybe something you did not mention already, already, what contributed to your success story and what needs to be like taken in consideration by the other countries. Yeah, but now we will come to our Moldovan teachers, and I will ask you to describe how is your social student company is looking like right now. Who are these children? What is the product? And what is your activity? Maybe we'll start with you.
Să știți că eu am să continui cu ceea ce a spus și aș spune eu colegii din Armenia și Georgia, că totuși ca să existe o școală studențească, în primul rând trebuie să fie încredere în acei copii, în acei elevi care urmează să facă ceva. Pentru că, într-adevăr, sunt foarte multe momente, multe obstacole, multe căderi și respectiv alte urcușuri. În primul rând că ei sunt elevi și această școală, aceste activități care au loc după ore. Ei sunt elevi și primordial trebuie să noi facem educație, ca după care să-și croiască acel timp liber pe care ar putea să-l utilizeze în altă parte, la distracții sau mai știu. Dar ei totuși îl utilizează eficient pentru că, într-adevăr, au identificat acea problemă socială. Și cred că dacă corect și la timp ea este identificată problema și dacă este încredere față de ei, că n-am să uit niciodată și la acel curs de formare când s-au zis dați-le voie, nu faceți greșeala, că nu este corect. Vor greși numai așa vor învăța ca să nu greșească pe viitor când vor avea activitatea sa, nu știu, de bază. Poate ei sunt într-adevăr acei antreprenori, pentru că chiar eu văd în elevii în care am avut încredere un potențial foarte mare. Și eu cred că ei vor fi cei care schimbă societatea.
Mersi.
Da, la fel, am întâmpinat foarte multe obstacole, chiar din primele zile după ce am achiziționat toată tehnica, deci aparatul foto încă nu știau cum să-l folosească corect. Chiar după prima vizită a doamnei Nadejda și doamna Daniela s-au făcut niște poze și le aveau chiar pe masă, au făcut niște pliante ca să demonstreze cu ce se ocupă și doamna Iuliana, am greșit, lăsați să vadă că ați greșit, că se mai întâmplă și greșeli. Da, au fost greșeli, au fost chiar primele poze nu prea reușite, dar într-un final îi mulțumim foarte mult domnului Ion. De multe ori amânam ședințele cu dumnealui pentru că ei erau în practică, după care aveau ore, după care aveau alte activități elevii, dar am găsit, până la urmă am găsit un numitor comun, răbdare, putere, înțelegere și am mers înainte. Mulțumesc!
Thank you.
Da, eu mă gândeam acum când s-a pus întrebarea aceasta și vreau să vă spun că prima barieră, dacă așa să fiu sinceră, dar suntem așa mai colegial aici, chiar o să-mi permit, am pornit-o și am simțit-o de la mine. De ce zic? Ei, mă rog, suntem cadre didactice și la noi așa e. Avem planul, avem curiculă, avem tema. Și ce mi-a plăcut în tot proiectul acesta? Că accentele se cerea să fie puse altfel. Adică nu se cerea de la noi, că eu, că v-am zis, am început-o de la niște formări la care m-am înscris, am cunoscut o echipă minunată, care chiar și predarea a fost nu așa tradițională, cum se face, bine, rămânem în multe școli din Republica Moldova, nu mă duc să zic colegi, dar avem noi, știți, așa niște metode a noastre. Și atunci mă gândeam că, zic, poate nu o să-mi reușească chiar așa cum au făcut-o cei de la Ecovizio cu noi maturii, dar zic, oricum trebuie să schimb puțin. și mă gândeam puțin dacă o să mi se primească. Pentru că atunci când avem, știți, gătit scenariul așa în față, am ieșit, repede, am spus și ne pare că, uite, și de bine, tot am predat, tot am spus, tot am reușit, și exercițiul ăsta l-am făcut. Și atunci am dat seama că nu cu asta eu trebuie să merg în instituție. Și cel mai important a fost că atunci când am pornit-o de la concept, ca să înțeleagă și colegii și elevii, în primul rând în față care merg, am făcut-o așa pe programe. Până la urmă i-am recrutat sau am mers doar cu, n-am putut cu toată școala, pentru că din mai multe considerente. Dar conceptul la început a fost, să zicem așa, promovat sau a fost adus în fața elevilor la toate grupele. De ce zic? Pentru că la noi în școlile profesionale, la grupele absolvente, indiferent că faci program de 3 ani, de 4 ani, de 2 ani de zile, este disciplina aceasta, bazele antreprenoriatului. Și având această disciplină, puțin ca să trec la conceptul acesta de antreprenoriat social, e mai simplu. Pentru că dacă este antreprenoriat, ei știu, au început de la început, chiar cu începutul anului, m-au auzit la colegi și atunci când am mers, chiar cu asta și am mers, cu ateliere de lucru și le-am zis, hai acum, așa, nu ne ducem departe, nu ne ducem pe țară, nu ne ducem pe regiuni nu știu care, aici. Vreți, luați comunitatea noastră, școala profesională. Vreți comunitatea voastră de unde veniți, pentru că suntem în raion, dar elevii vin din diferite zone. Sau luăm comunitatea noastră Căușeni. Și zic, ia așa, puneți așa cum sunteți voi, aici un grup ușor, acolo un grup ușor, hai să identificăm cum credeți voi, fără ca să le spun cam ce vreau eu de la ei. Cum credeți voi, iată acum, astăzi, instituția, comunitatea noastră, care ar fi problemele cele mai? Și credeți-mă că până ajunge ca eu să le spun, în toate grupurile acelea au fost identificate, mai bine zic e ca zvia musvad, nu-ți creadă. Toate domeniile, toate, ca eu să ajung să le explic că da, iată, astea sunt. Și noi vrem ca noi încercăm, noi le vedem, da, că ele sunt niște probleme, că avem cu ele și voi uitați-vă la vârsta voastră, de acum le vedeți. Dar știți că decât să dăm vina că nu faci primarul, nu faci directoarea, nu faci vecinul. Și iată, am pornit-o de aici ca să arătăm că noi, puțin cu puțin, cunoscând că sunt acestea, putem găsi diferite soluții, căi, cum am putea îmbunătăți toate domeniile acestea. Și, evident, nu tot, așa și eu spun. Știți cum zic, mi-aminteam, eu sunt de la țară, apropo, și le povesteam, zic că culegeam poama și părinții permanent ne spuneau așa, nu o lăsați din urmă, strângeți și boghițele, sau strângeți și ne spunea așa, boghiță cu boghiță se face o rochiță. Și eu așa le spun, pas cu pas, astăzi fac eu ceva, mâine vede copilul meu ce fac eu, poi mâine o să vadă și vecinul, dar ați observat că iată acolo, nu știu ce. Și atât în felul acesta, eu sper că, și apropo, toate ideile care mai apoi au venit de la care urmam să le dezvoltăm, foarte mult m-am bucurat că tot de la ei au venit. Tot ei mi-au zis, bine, doamna Liliana, dar noi suntem anul 3 și acum și ne ducem. Sau, dar de ce numai noi? Dar pe uitați-vă, noi avem și bucătari, avem și electricieni. Și de aceea chiar și conceptul nostru, tinerii creatori, și slogan, și logo, dacă observăm pe ansamblu, el nu ne duce nemijlocit, să zicem acum, că denumirea o să ne spună că fac produse de lemn. Și conceptul chiar așa și-a fost gândit, pentru că noi pe viitor vrem să ne lărgim și în felul acesta în tinerii creatori să le găsească oricine. Fii tu bucătar, fii tu cusător, fii tu electrician, fii sudor, fii tencuitor, placator cu plăci. În proiect, astăzi, suntem cu o echipă de la 2 programe. Tâmplarii, nemijlocit, pe partea practică, jos pălăria, tot ce vedeți, în atelierele, acolo ei. Dar aici sunt și o parte din elevi de la programul tencuitor, placator cu plăci. Dar nici pe puțin asta nu înseamnă că ei nu s-au implicat. Pentru că poate pe partea Foarte bine știm ce înseamnă marketing, logistică și câte activități le-am avut. Toate activitățile astea, de fapt mai mult le revenea tincuitorilor, procatori, pentru că e așa ceva. Ei, dacă băieții acolo pe partea practică, noi hai aici. Și prin intermediul acesta vreau chiar să le mulțumesc și
noi vom avea un panel de discuții cu tinerii.
Da, eu sper că eu o să fie tot atât... Eu, de fapt, de firea mea așa, sunt mai emotivă, mai așa, dar am avut un grup care trebuie să am puțină răbdare să-i ascult, dar când îi ascultam, ideile lor erau formidabile.
Cele mai bune.
Mulțumim, da, corect.
Mersi. Așa, da.
Deci, referitor la întrebarea despre provocările și greutățile cu care noi ne-am ciocnit. Cea mai mare provocare era pentru echipa noastră să găsim o echipă, membri care vor lucra, vor activa efectiv. Deci avem mulți doritori, dar când ajungem la moment că trebuie să lucrăm, aici apar unele probleme. Am ajuns la moment când avem o echipă destul de puternică, ea nu este numeroasă, dar totuși avem 6 persoane care au susținere și din partea părinților, din partea bunicilor. Și ne bucurăm că bunicii susțin orice idee care propune copilul. Și provocarea a doua era totuși legată și cu relațiile noastre de parteneri cu copii. Pentru copii, noi rămânem profesori și suntem pe o treaptă mai sus. Și uneori simțim această frică de a expune ideea. Cum va fi primită de profesorul meu ideea mea? Poate este o idee, nu știu, care că nu este binevenită sau nu va aduce niște succese bune. Dar totuși, iată, momentul acesta, pentru mine, ca pentru conducător, era destul de important. Și am văzut că noi avem alte deja relații și este foarte bine că copiii au curaj să vină și să-și expună ideea și ei cred că vor primi susținere din partea noastră. Acesta este, cred că, cel mai important lucru care noi putem propune elevilor noștri, studenților noștri.
Mersi mult. Okay, so yeah, trust is important, and maybe the one or sentence would be that we need to create a safe space for like experimentation, for creativity, for new ideas to sparkle, and for like maybe debates to happen, discussions, and yeah, failures, because mistakes and failures are the ground for the success. You cannot be successful from the first day, but you can and will be successful after 1,000 days of mistakes, it's for sure. So yeah, I would like to come back to our partners from Armenia, Georgia, and Ukraine and ask you, maybe we'll start now with vice versa, with some elements of your success. What contributed to your success and success of your project?
I'm sure Moldovan, Georgian, Ukrainian colleagues know the word NGO-shnik.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a very important word. It means NGO personnel who are involving in NGO things, and yeah, you know, not only the duties on your position in NGO, you also have to a lot of things in the NGO. Are you agree with this statement? No?
Yes.
Yeah. So, as you maybe know, Armenia now in reforming period, and if you are NGO-shnik, you know that there are a lot of advocacy windows, and if you are real, true NGO-shnik, you have to try through these several windows to go to the state and make them think about the new things. About the social entrepreneurship, I would like to say that it's like very unnormal in Armenia, because Ministry of Social Issues thinks that he is the main state organization who will do with social entrepreneurship. From another hand, Ministry of Economy said that this is the business. This means that I have to do a lot of things with this. And the third state agency is the Ministry of Education, who said that the youth activation under my policy, and this means that I'm the main actor of this. So honestly said, we try to meet with 3 of them and discuss a lot of things. For the Ministry of Economy, it doesn't matter any social things. It's not important for them. This is business. This is taxes. Taxes are important for the business. For the Ministry of Social Affairs, they don't think as a business model, because important is the social impact, and if there is any social impact and there is no any business, so this is cool. But we understand in Armenia that when we are talking about social entrepreneurship, this means social, very powerful, plus business, entrepreneurship, very powerful. And then we noticed that for the Ministry of Education and youth personnel who are doing under the Ministry of Education, they believed in this idea.